For those of you who may not know me, my name is Bianca Kennedy. I am the show manager of the Quebec City and Montreal Motorcycle Shows and the newly elected president of the Canadian Association of Exposition Management, CAEM. I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who joined us last week for CAEM's digital AGM. Your interest and investment in CAEM are needed and greatly appreciated, now more than ever. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize CAEM's past president, Catherine McNutt from Master Promotions. Catherine's leadership, commitment, and poise have been huge assets to our industry, especially these last few months, as we continue to work tirelessly to shift CAEM's priorities and mission during this extraordinary time. As always, I would also like to thank CAEM's annual sponsors. Their support is a testament to their unwavering commitment to our industry, especially during these difficult times. The circumstances marking my succession into this role are completely surreal. I imagined a lot of different scenarios, but this was never one of them. But the last couple of months chairing CAEM's Exposition Recovery Task Force have served as the ultimate masterclass, preparing me for this role and reaffirming my belief in what CAEM can accomplish when we come together to harness the power of our membership. I step into this role ignited and motivated to work alongside an esteemed group of directors and volunteers who are equally as determined and devoted to defending our members' interests and raising our industry's struggles with government. While there are still some big hurdles to overcome, what CAEM has accomplished in a few short months is impressive. Here are just a few of the actions we have taken on your behalf since the formation of the task force in mid-May. Writing and submitting safe reopening guidelines to each of the provinces. Writing and submitting position letters, educating policymakers on the purpose of exhibitions, our economic impact, and our ability to play a key role in safely restarting the economy. Activating a grassroots letter writing campaign across the country to amplify our message with hundreds of MLAs and MPPs. Collaborating with strategic partners like TIAC, TIO, MMBC, and Convention Centres of Canada to strengthen our voice. In BC, we revised our guidelines based on input received from WorkSafe BC. Their endorsement was noted in a letter sent to Dr. Bonnie Henry asking that exhibitions be exempt from indoor gathering limits, similar to malls and public markets. We are waiting on a response, and we continue to press for an answer. In Quebec, in collaboration with APEC and with the support of the Minister of Tourism, we continue to work directly with public health to advocate for capacity limits based on total gross square footage rather than indoor gathering limits. In Alberta, after several meetings with the Ministry of Economic Development and Alberta Public Health, our regional task force succeeded through our joint efforts to reopen exhibitions in the province. In Manitoba, we are forming a regional working group to plan strategy on a second-tier approach to public health. In Saskatchewan, our campaign sparked interest with venues, and they reported that exhibitions were allowed to open with cohorts of 150 people. In New Brunswick, the task force has worked actively with WorkSafe New Brunswick and government, and we now have the green light to reopen with an individual approval process. In Nova Scotia, we have met with Chief Medical Officer Dr. Robert Strang, as well as the Ministers of Business and Labour, to request trade shows be classified under the same bylaw governing retail and big box stores. In PEI in Newfoundland, task force members have been working on a plan to approach government for individual event reopenings. Finally, in Ontario, we continue speaking to MPPs, including regular conversations with MPP Deepak Anand, who has been working with CAEM to put our guidelines in front of the health table, as well as different ministers. We also secured and led an industry roundtable discussion between CAEM members and Minister McNaughton to share our industry's risk mitigation plan. We continue to engage in dialogue with the Ministry of Tourism, raising our concerns about the misclassification of exhibitions as social gatherings, and advocating for a reclassification similar to malls and big box stores. And most recently, we have started working with government relations consultant Amir Ramtula to enhance our lobbying efforts in Ontario. Thank you to CAEM member Build for affording us access to Mr. Ramtula's valuable services and expertise. These are just a few of the pivotal actions and achievements that have been realized through the unity, strength, and power of CAEM. Everything we have accomplished and everything we are determined to achieve is due to our industry rallying together to leverage our combined knowledge and resources. Your support and investment have fueled our efforts, and we could not do this work without you. I have never been more convinced or proud of the critical role that CAEM plays. It goes without saying this pandemic has tested our industry and our association like never before, but CAEM has and will continue to rise to the challenge. While there is still a lot of work to be done, we have taken huge strides forward as an association, reaffirming our mission and purpose to shape the future of face-to-face marketing. In the weeks and months to come, you can count on CAEM to continue being the voice of the exhibition sector. This includes the return of Power Education Day coming in November, a day of learning and networking that promises to equip and empower CAEM members. While we certainly have no plans to take our foot off the pedal when it comes to advocating for reopening, faced with a prolonged shutdown in certain parts of the country, we will be putting additional resources toward lobbying for sector-specific funding for our members. While I wish I could predict the timelines and outcomes of these efforts, we all know that's impossible. What I can guarantee, however, is an unwavering commitment to continue championing our industry and promoting the need for greater support and relief. This is CAEM's current mission, and I will say it again. We cannot undertake this critical work without you. Your investment and support fuels our efforts, and we hope we can count on your continued engagement as we forge ahead. Thank you for taking the time today to watch this video. And if you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to email or call me anytime. Talk to you soon.